Hey guys, Deadpool 67 again. Today I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in quite some time, like months. I'm going to review a movie, which today I'm going to be reviewing Deadpool. I'm gonna stop reviewing movies really that much. I'm just gonna review the Marvel movies and some other like the X-Men movies and the uh, cinematic universe movies. And then I'm also gonna review some other movies like the new Ghostbusters when it comes out and stuff. So I'm gonna start reviewing more movies. Just not like Pixels, like I reviewed Pixels and Real Steel and crap like that. I'm gonna be reviewing the superhero movies that everyone cares about the most anyway, you'd think. I mean, most people like superhero movies more than they do a movie, say, Blended. Who the hell gives a shit about the movie Blended? It was kind of a funny movie though, Blended was, but back to the topic. So today I'm going to be reviewing Deadpool. I just bought it on DVD. I don't know why I bought it on DVD. Should have bought it on Blu-ray, but bought it on DVD. And just give you a 360 of the DVD itself. I'm not really reviewing the DVD today, but I'm reviewing the movie. So I'm not gonna get too far into the plot of the movie because I don't really want to spoil it too much for you guys. I mean, anyone that wants to see Deadpool's probably seen it already anyway because I'm a little bit late for doing a review. But I'm gonna do like the basic storyline ish. But anyway, it's about this mercenary named Wade Wilson gets paid to kill people, and yeah, that's pretty much that. And then he goes to a bar one day and meets this whore, I guess. Like, I'm trying not to be rude by calling a woman a whore, but she was a whore. Like, literally, she was a whore in the movie. And he fell in love with her, and then he proposed to her with a freaking ring pop, which was hilarious. And then he got cancer, or he had cancer like everywhere. Like he had horrible cancer. I don't remember exactly everywhere, but I remember him saying that his cancer's only his liver, lung, prostate, and brain. All things he can live without. I'm just kidding, but so that kind of cancer was horrible. And he goes to his bar to hang out with a buddy named Weasel that works at the bar as a bartender. Weasel tells him that there was a guy that came there looking for him, a real Grim Reaper type, guy in a black suit, that was weird, pedophile, creepy ass looking guy. And he offers him the deal of that they can cure his cancer and, you know, cure his cancer and give him abilities that he can't live without. Or, or not abilities, like just superhero powers, basically. And he says no, and then he goes home and thinks about it for a while and looks at his wife or his fiance that he isn't wanting to see him die. So he goes back to the guy, or he doesn't go back to him. He calls a number on this little black card the guy gave him, basically just a card that had a phone number on it, nothing else, just a black card with a phone number on it. And he called him, and they went there to the facility to turn him into Deadpool, and there's this British guy named Ajax, and he says that they're gonna unleash his mutant abilities, but to do that, they have to, he has to undergo extreme stress. So they basically torture him, like for like months, or days, or weeks. It didn't really say, but I'm guessing it was at least weeks that he was being tortured, dipping his face in oil and hanging him up and having some mutant woman punch him like a punching bag and stuff like that. And then he keeps being cocky to Ajax because he finds out his real name's Francis, so he is making fun of Ajax among his real name, saying he got Ajax from a dish soap, which he did. And so he locks him in this tube thing that basically every time he tries to breathe, it sucks the air out of the air, I guess, out of the I guess that's all I can call it, is it sucks the air out of the air. Or sucks the oxygen out of the tube. So he's basically like, it keeps like almost killing him and then letting him breathe and then not letting him breathe and then letting him breathe and then not letting him breathe over and over. So he's like, his heart is racing and shit. And then I don't know how. I guess maybe it's because of the veins and stuff collapsing in his legs and face and stuff, because then there being no air. He got scars all over his body. Like, he basically looks like Freddy Krueger, his whole body does. And so he's pissed off about that, and they open the tube. And that mutant woman that was punching him, she always carries around matches in her mouth for some reason. Carries a match in her mouth. You know how some people carry around a toothpick in their mouth? Well, she carries around matches. And she leans forward to strap him back in the tube so they can close it up again on him. And he headbutts her and knocks the match out of her face, or out of her mouth. And it lands in the tube and they don't notice it. And they walk away and lock him in the tube. And he strikes the match with his thumbnail and puts it next to like a vent with oxygen. And the air catches on fire and blows up this canister thing and destroys the whole and burns the place to the ground. And he fought with Ajax, and Ajax stabbed him through the back with a pipe and stuck him to the floor, because Ajax has got mutant powers too. He's supposed to only have powers where he can't feel pain and that he doesn't really feel anything. But in the movie, he has like super strength, which confused me because he didn't mention anything about having super strength. But he stabbed him through the chest to the floor with a barb and then bent the top of the barb so he couldn't pull himself off it. So he burnt to the whole place burnt to the ground around him, and he rose up from the ashes because he can heal. Apparently the ashes crawled back together and healed himself or something. But he escapes, and he's basically, the rest of the story is simple. He has his powers, the regenerative powers, and he's a little bit nutty. Well, I guess he was always nutty. But basic storyline, the guy fucked up his beautiful face, turned him into Freddy Krueger. He's pissed about it, so he's hunting the guy down to kill him. So he's trying to find Ajax, so he's killing all of his workers, asking where Francis is, but they don't know who the hell Francis even is, probably, because they know him as Ajax. So he's walking around killing everyone, and then he catches Ajax and stabs him to the wall on a bridge. And then Colossus screws around with him, and Ajax escapes while Colossus is talking to him. So then he goes home for a while and just relaxes. Not really just relaxes, I mean, it's more funny than that, but he goes home, and then he goes to try meeting his old girlfriend that he had before he went to have the treatment done, and Ajax kidnaps her because he knows that that's his girlfriend. So he has to go back to hunt down Ajax again because he has his girlfriend. Basically, that's the storyline, and he goes to the X Mansion, the X-Men place, and gets a girl named the Megasonic Teenage Warhead, which is a awesome name, just like he said in the movie. And then Colossus, which they did Colossus amazing in this movie. They finally did that character right, versus it just being some guy that can turn from metal to skin. I believe in the comics he can't do that, can he? I think he's just always metal, which they did that storyline in this movie. And he's Russian, finally. He was Russian in the comics, and now he's finally Russian. But basically, and then he just goes get Sam and goes and kicks ass, basically, at a junkyard and fights Ajax. And that's the end of the movie, basically. But one funny thing I thought about that scene at the end with the junkyard is there's a freaking helicarrier there in the junkyard. I thought this was supposed to be an X-Men movie, so why is there a helicarrier in it? It's like he goes to the junkyard and there's a helicarrier from, like Captain America Winter Soldier, the helicarrier crashed out of the sky into the ocean. It's like that helicarrier is sitting in a junkyard. That's what he fights Ajax on. which confused me. Maybe that's a tease that maybe the X-Men or Fox and Paramount's gonna join forces and be able to have each other's superheroes in the movies. And I guess they can't really have Deadpool in the cinematic universe because Disney wouldn't allow it, probably. But yeah. But that's the basic plot. I thought this movie was hilarious. It's a movie that I was really looking forward to for ever since I first saw the teaser trailer. And it lived up to my expectations. I mean, it's one of those movies with kind of crude ass humor, like Ted. Like, it has a bunch of rude humor and stuff in it, but the movie, if you're a Deadpool fan, if you liked the video game, or you like the comics or figures or whatever, if you're just into funny ass movies, then you should go see this movie, because it's a pretty sweet movie. Technically, it's a love story, or that's what he calls it, because it came out on Valentine's Day to theaters, and then it's about him and his girlfriend, but it's not really a love or Valentine's Day movie. It's crude humor, action, gore. It's like everything that a movie like watcher would ask for if they're into all that stuff in one movie. But it's a really good movie, like I said. Good humor, good actors. There's some funny jokes. There's a Star Wars pun in it, and then there's there's a pun that makes, or sort of a scene more than a pun, that makes fun of X-Men Origins Wolverine, his design in that movie. Just a lot of funny moments in this movie if you're into funny movies. But that was basically my review on the movie. Said the plot and everything. And this movie I give eight. Sorry. I give this movie a 8.5 out of 10 for a rating, 10 being the highest, 8.5 out of 10, which I think is a fair number for this movie. I think this movie is so far one of the best movies that's come out this year. Captain America Civil War blew my mind too. A review coming up for that whenever it comes to DVD. With my reviews, I'm going to wait until they come out to DVD and stuff before I review most of the movies. But Captain America Civil War review coming soon, probably. But so far, this is probably the best movie out of this year so far. Like, we'll see with Suicide Squad and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but this was the funny, enjoyable movie. Like, this was a movie I really enjoyed watching. But 8.5 out of 10, like I said, and I hope any Deadpool fans out there that haven't seen this movie see this movie. And thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos by Kidpool67. I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.